guys, what's up? It's Izzy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be all about sorority recruitment tips. So I am going to be a junior at University of Illinois and I am in Kappa Delta sorority. I am going to be very involved with Rush this year. I'm actually the PR chair for my house, so I'm going to be doing the videos and posting on social media, spreading the word about recruitment. I'm also going to be a recruiter, so I thought I would give you guys the inside tips on sorority rush and also how to prepare for sorority rush over Zoom, because with coronavirus it's gonna look so different this year. If you're not already, make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this a thumbs up. Also comment down below where you're going to college and if you're rushing. I am very curious to know. Also just comment whatever you want. I love responding to your guys' comments and it really helps my channel grow. Also follow me on Instagram. I am definitely going to be posting tons and tons of pictures from recruitment, so be sure to check that out. Okay, with all that out of the way, let me get on into my tips and advice for sorority rush over Zoom. So I have a list on my phone right here that I wrote down of a couple topics I want to talk about. First thing I'm going to talk about is actually your background. So doing rush over Zoom is going to be a lot more casual than in person, but it is your responsibility to make sure what the sorority is seeing on your screen is appealing and pleasing. Obviously it's not a requirement, but I feel like it really helps to not distract from you and to overall enhance your Zoom. So first of all, I want to talk about lighting. So this is kind of funny because actually the setup of making YouTube videos is really similar to, I feel like, a Zoom setup for a PNM. PNM also stands for potential new member, if you don't know already. With being on Zoom, you're going to be on your computer using a webcam, maybe you're going to be using your phone. I would recommend having good lighting. So right now I'm sitting in front of a big window. Natural lighting is amazing. First of all, it's free. Second of all, it makes you look really bright. I would recommend having a Zoom location that's in front of your window. Maybe it's at your desk, maybe it's at your bed. Whatever it is, make sure that the window is in front of you and the camera. If you don't have a lot of natural lighting in your dorm room, maybe go to your friend's dorm room, go to a common room, really anywhere. I would say having bright lighting is going to change your Zoom and make it a lot better and easier for the recruiter to see you and focus on you. It'll also make you look better. If you're going to be Zooming at night, which I feel like will definitely happen with the earlier rounds, they could go until 7 or 8 o'clock at night, maybe investing in a ring light is something that you might want to do. So a ring light I don't actually have, but a lot of YouTubers do to light their videos, and you can get them really cheap on Amazon for like $20, $30. If you don't want to spend the money on a ring light, I would say maybe set up a couple of lamps or lights behind your computer just to make you look bright. Obviously it's going to be nighttime, and if you have darker lighting, no one's going to judge you for it, but I think it just overall makes your image look better. Going off of that, for the background, I would recommend having a nice background that looks clean, but something very simple. So as you can see here, I just have my white closet doors and then I have a little plant, and you can kind of see stuff on my dresser, but overall it's pretty clean, empty, and simple. Obviously you want the recruiter to see you and focus on you and not be staring at things in the background. I would say you can put little things in there to show off your personality. Maybe start a conversation like, oh, I love your plant in the background. Oh, thanks, my grandma actually got it for me before I moved to college. Go off of that. But I would say keep the background minimal but still show your personality in it. Definitely avoid it looking really cluttered or messy because I feel like that can distract from you. Familiarize yourself with how you're going to look on Zoom. Maybe practice setting up your Zoom camera, Zoom your family at home or something like that, and set up a good angle for you. Maybe you want to put your computer on top of a box so it's higher up. I would say setting up where you show your waist up is probably the best. You don't want to be too close to the camera like this, or you don't want to be really far away. I mean, maybe if you have a super cute outfit, you might want to be far away, but most often I feel like a good setup is just like this, showing your whole upper body. Going off of that, practicing Zoom calls with friends and family. First of all, this is a great way to get in touch with people you might be missing right now, and second, it would be a good way to show how you look on Zoom, how you sound on Zoom. Play around with some different lighting, some different backgrounds, and different angles. Next up, I want to talk about clothing for sorority recruitment. So obviously over Zoom you don't see your lower body. I would recommend still wearing like pants. Definitely don't be on a Zoom no pants for some reason, I don't know. But I would definitely recommend just focusing on your upper body when trying to pick outfits. Don't invest in a super cute pair of jeans because they're not gonna see it. Also, don't buy shoes for recruitment. They're not gonna see those. So right now I'm just wearing a plain white tank top, and say I was a PNM over Zoom. My outfit could be so cute with a plain white tank top and a super cute midi skirt, but recruiter is only gonna see your upper body. So I would say go with fun tops, florals, off the shoulder, maybe like puffy sleeves, something really cute and flattering on the neckline. I would still say be modest and classy. Don't wear anything too low cut or revealing because you are kind of doing an interview process. I would say this is a really great time to bust out some fun jewelry. Maybe have a pair of statement earrings on or a really fun necklace. I love this one from Princess Polly. Something really smart to do also is have jewelry that has a conversation behind it. So say you're wearing a really fun pair of pink tassel earrings. The recruiter might be like, oh, I love your earrings. And you could be like, oh, thanks, my grandma actually got these on her trip to Greece. I'm really close to my family and I love traveling. Go off of that and you can start a conversation. So that's a really helpful tip for if you're in a lull of not knowing what to talk about. You could talk about what you're wearing, something in your background, stuff like that. Now I want to talk about your hair and makeup. So I would definitely recommend still doing your hair and makeup. It comes across over Zoom. If wearing makeup is not your style, definitely don't wear it. If doing your hair is not your style, definitely don't do it. Just do what makes you feel good. I would say good makeup for Zoom is just kind of light, natural makeup, nothing too heavy so it doesn't come across really heavy on camera. But also keep in mind, being on camera is almost like being on stage. So your makeup might look a little bit heavier in person than it does on camera. So maybe put on a little bit of extra blush, a little bit of extra lipstick, lip gloss, because that will come across on camera nicer. Now I want to get into logistics of talking over Zoom. So definitely keep water by you. I do this when filming my videos. Right now I have a coffee next to me, so if I'm talking for a while, take a little sip, refresh the throat. You are going to be talking for so long, so definitely keep water by you. If you have to take a sip of water in the middle of a conversation, the girls are not going to care. Normally during traditional recruitment anyway, they will offer you water or lemonade, so don't even worry about having water by you. Also, I would recommend keeping your computer charger or phone charger near you at all times. You don't want your computer to die in the middle of a Zoom. That would be so bad, and I think it's just smart so you don't have to get up and look for it if for some reason your computer is about to die. Next, I would recommend using headphones. I would recommend AirPods just so they're kind of out of the way, but I mean, obviously not everyone can have AirPods. If you have normal headphones with cords, I would recommend putting them in your ears and actually running the cord along your back so it's not in the way of your outfit. That's just something I recommend. Obviously, you wear them however you want, but I think having headphones is going to be really nice to help you hear the person really clearly, and also headphones have little microphones in them, so that will help them hear you clearly. Also, if you're going to be with a roommate who's also doing recruitment, you guys might be going at the same time, and you don't want to be listening to someone else's conversation and getting distracted from your own. So I also want to talk about social media. Instead of physically going and seeing these girls, you're just going to be talking to a few over Zoom. So this is when you stalk their Instagrams. So I would say going off of sorority Instagrams actually is really helpful, and I'm not talking about, oh, which sorority has the prettiest girls, which sorority has the best Instagram feed, but going off of how they interact with each other on social media. So if you go to a sorority Instagram and scroll to any post, see how the girls interact with each other. Are they like hyping each other up? Are they talking to each other in the comments? Or is it kind of bland, like they're not commenting on pictures? Are they actually like, yes, that's my roommate, that's my bestie? I feel like girls are so funny on Instagram when commenting on their friends' posts, but I feel like you could also genuinely tell if girls are friends or not based on how they interact on social media. So definitely utilize Instagram to your advantage. Also, on the flip side, sororities are going to be stalking your Instagrams. That's just a fact. I run the Instagram for my sorority and I have been looking at girls, I'm going to say that right now. So I think something that would actually be to your advantage is to have your Instagram on public. You don't have to keep it on public, but just during recruitment, I think that's a good idea. So sororities can look through your pictures and get to know you. They'll recognize your face and they'll know more about you just by your Instagram. With that, I would recommend going through your feed and archiving or deleting any posts that don't represent you in the best light. So say you have really scandalous pictures or pictures of you drinking, partying, that doesn't really reflect you in the best light. So I would recommend taking those off or leave them on if that's just your personality, that's who you want to show yourself as. But for me personally, that's what I would do. Another thing that I would say not to utilize is a website called Greek Rank. So that's a website where people rank these sororities and fraternities. You can talk about sororities. Honestly, it's people who either don't know anything about the house and have heard a rumor, or it's people in houses talking about their own house, people talking about other houses maybe that they don't like people in, making up rumors. That is just not a trustworthy thing to do. I'm guilty of going on Greek Rank as a freshman and being like, oh my gosh, and hearing things about my favorite houses that I didn't like. But honestly, being on campus now for 2 years, Greek Rank is all rumors and really just is not a trustworthy source. Something else that you can do to really help your sorority recruitment experience is make an intro video. I know that this is offered for a lot of schools. I know it's awkward and kind of something you just don't want to do, but I think this is really helpful for getting sororities to know more about you. Some schools you might not even talk to any girls first round. It might just be off of your application and your video. So definitely be super detailed when filling out your application for recruitment. And if you want to make an intro video, that is just one other way for girls to get to know you. Now going more into conversations, I would say going into Rush, be able to answer these right off the bat. What's your major? Why did you choose to go to said school? And why did you choose to Rush? Also going along with that, like, where are you living freshman year? Why did you choose your major? Where are you from? Basic stuff like that. I would say if those are your conversations during the earlier rounds, that's totally fine. They're just getting to know the basics of you. I would say if they ask where you're from, to start talking about your friends from home, stuff you like to do with them, and then they can get more of a feel for the type of girl you are and how you're going to fit into the house. If they ask what your major is, don't just say, oh, I'm majoring in advertising. Talk about why you chose that major, what you plan to do in the future. Really elaborate on basic questions so they can get a feel for who you are. Also, here's a little tip. If a girl asks you why you decided to Rush, say that you want to be in a leadership position in a sorority. Because right off the bat, if you're a girl recruiting and you have two girls that you really like, one of them wants to hold a leadership position and one of them doesn't, I would say I would lean towards the girl who wants to hold a leadership position because I know she's going to be super involved in the sorority. Even if you don't necessarily want to hold a leadership position, maybe just mentioning that. And you never know. I definitely did not go in wanting to hold a leadership position and now I'm on my council. So you never know. Also with sororities, there's so many different positions that you could be something small and not have a super big time commitment, but still be super involved in your house. Okay guys, I think that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover with my tips for sorority recruitment over Zoom. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything you missed, any big questions you have on recruitment, if you're going through it in the fall. Also, you can DM me on Instagram. I love talking to you guys and I'm happy to answer your questions on all things recruitment. That is it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you did and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Down, yeah. I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me